Good morning, where I am in Cincinnati, Ohio. Good day wherever you might be. Small Biz David here, and welcome to this week's Monday morning Kickstart meeting. We are changing, rather than having our community meetings on Saturday mornings as I have in the past. I thought it might be more interesting and more beneficial if we did it first thing Monday morning, so that as you set your goals and objectives for your business for the week, maybe there's somebody in the community who can collaborate with you to assist you in realizing their goals and objectives. How about that, Scott and Vivek? Uh, we have two community members uh, stop by as they are kickstarting their businesses Monday morning. And they're only going to be here for a few moments, so I'm going to ask them what's going on, and are there folks that might collaborate with you? And if one of the two of you would talk about your collaboration on Udemy, I think that would be kind of interesting because it's a relatively new concept to folks anyways, and you guys are in it knee deep. So if Vivek, why don't you kick off with that, and Scott, you can follow up with commentary on it.
Um, yeah, the Udemy, it's a new venture. It's a new thing for me. And David, you know very well that I'm more of an engineer, not much of a presenter. And I don't call myself as a teacher or a trainer. What I know, I can share. That's all I can do. And if that helps people and gets me some money in return, yes, why not? And that's exactly what I'm doing.
We know what we know. Is that what you're trying to say? And we don't know
Yes.
anything more than what we know.
Yes,
But
we know
we're
what we
always
know. There is a lot that we don't know, and I believe in being humble enough to say I don't know what I don't know. If you know it and you are willing to teach, yes,
well.
please.
That's you as you wow, you hit the nail totally on the head, Vivek, and the concept of collaboration. I know stuff that you don't know. You know way more stuff that I don't know. And we can get together and collaborate and share what we know with one another so that our lives, our businesses move forward. And that is the mission and the vision of Dreaming with Entrepreneurs and Google Plus. So, and you know that because you're intimately involved in the growth and development of the community. And please take a moment to share, Vivek, and I'll show after you guys are gone what you and I are doing right now in terms of Google Sites and how we are leveraging, not to overuse that word, the power of Google technology, and have created two websites for me as Google Sites. Why don't you talk a moment about that?
Um, yeah, Google Sites is an easy way, easy to maintain, and it's an easy thing for a business owner to do that himself or herself. And the beauty of the whole thing is it becomes part of it comes as part of Google Apps for Work subscription. Um, the main advantage of Google Apps for Work subscription is that you get more space. In fact, even as a free Gmail user, you can have a Google Sites, but you will be limited in terms of space. You have very little space, and that space gets shared between your email and your website. That would make it difficult. Whereas with the Google Sites, which is part, when you use it as part of Google Apps for Work, you get 30 GB of space. And the beauty is it's so easy to maintain, so easy to do it yourself. Um, I was talking to a person a couple of days ago, and she created a website on Google Sites. I wasn't expecting her to be that quick with that, but she has. So that as a, I would say that is a proof that with no web development experience, you can develop a good site using Google Sites.
If I might digress for a moment to share that, you have been working inside of Google and Google Sites for, I don't know, is it a year yet? It's
More than, yeah, I have been using Google Apps for Work for a long time. It's more than a year. It's, I think it's more than 2 years. 20,
okay.
yeah,
Wow, whatever it
27,
is.
exactly. Today is the second anniversary in.
No, it is not. Today is the second anniversary.
of
Are you
me
telling a
using
story?
of me using Google Apps for Work. Yes,
Really? Today literally is the second anniversary of it.
yes, because
Unbelievable.
my subscription package is changing, or I can change it today. That I got an email from them saying that I can change it if I want to.
Okay,
So
well, the point I'm trying to make is you've been there developing, doing what you do for yourself. You have shared best learnings with me, and together we have developed two websites, my website,
mhm,
streamingwithentrepreneurs.com, and we made the strategic business decision to put the book on my book, my video book, on a Google site, a separate site, and so um, we've got now several websites that have been a part of developing, and you are in discussions right now with another party to do another site. So the point is that you're sharing with me, together we're sharing with another, and we're getting best learnings, and for $4.19 a month I now have two sites hosted on Google servers. I can't think of a better place to host a site than on a Google server. High levels of security, high levels of everything, and so it was a business decision, and I'm sure in time it'll show I could not have made a better decision than that. Okay, so. Well, we've talked about that a little bit, Scott, and let me share a little bit about you. Um, uh, Absolutely, Google's finest video editor in terms of taking a massive material, whatever that material, whatever that content might be. It might be an hour of video, it might be a half hour, whatever, and then going in and breaking it down into. Are you still calling them nuggets, Scott? Are you still using that expression?
Golden Nuggets works, sure.
Okay, and creating nuggets, but it's more important than it's not just Scott understanding the technology and video editing, et cetera, et cetera. Scott is a great storyteller, and he takes that ability and takes raw material and creates nuggets of. They could be 3 minutes, 5 minutes. They can be used for marketing purpose. Not could be. They are being used for marketing purposes, and it's just a wonderful product that Scott created. And that product is approaching its first year too, isn't it, Scott?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. After having spent about a year trying to figure out what an appropriate place to be on the internet and Google Plus and so forth, it evolved into um, recognizing that video is a very powerful tool and that many people don't have time to just the time to go through something that might be a longer form video, an hour long hangout on air, for example, and to call out that 5 minutes that someone might want to know or demand looking for when they go into search. They say, I really want to find out about X, and you've already answered X, but it needs to be transformed into something that's a little bit easier to watch than an hour-long hangout on air. And that was the impetus behind what I call the Scott treatment.
Let me say that you are wonderfully color coordinated, as your green sweatshirt blends wonderfully well with your green background, and your brown hat, greens and browns. You are just, what do they call it, the Gentleman's Quarterly, color coordinated. What a great job you did, Scott.
How much work I went into my color coordination this morning.
Well, I know you guys are working on a bunch of projects. Take off and get back to work. Thank you for stopping by and sharing what's going on in your businesses. And we will talk with each of you very soon.
Thank you, David. Always nice to see you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
Scott, why don't you real quickly tell about the HOA that you do every Tuesday night?
Oh,
He's gone.
yeah.
He's gone. Scott does an HOA. It's called, excuse me, it's called Jess, Scott, and You. That is the name, isn't it? Jess, Scott, and You.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
at,
Yes. See you, David.
take care, Vivek. See you.
Yeah.
It's at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday evenings, but they are wonderful HOAs. I have to watch the recordings of them because at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time PM, I'm in Dream World or thereabouts. What I wanted to share today, a couple things. Next Monday is the beginning of National Small Business Week. There are 2 weeks out of the year which get particular attention with myself because of my involvement with them over the years. It's National Small Business Week, which is always the first complete week of May. It's a week that is endorsed by the Small Business Administration, SBA.gov. Last week I did a posting about it and said that anybody who plus one my announcement of National Small Business Week, I would invite into the HOA. Well, we're going to be doing HOAs probably every day next week, probably at this time. So I want as many of our community members to come in and just introduce yourself and share with what's going on in your business, what you do for a living. I don't know everybody in our community. I would like to. Our community is now 1,000, almost 1,050 strong. And I should make the comment. It's not about the numbers of folks that are in the community. It starts with numbers, but the most important thing about our community is the engagement and the collaboration that folks do with one another. You saw just a few moments ago 3 small business owners, all members of the community, collaborating. I have collaborated with each one of those 2 individuals in my own business. As a matter of fact, Vivek is my technical advisor and does everything that I need to get done from a technical perspective, a development perspective, an engineering perspective. Scott, and both Vivek and Scott were contributors to the first 13 chapters of my video book, which I'll get to in a moment, talk about it in a moment, because there's opportunities for each one of you members of the community to get involved in providing content for my video book. And as I said, we'll talk about that in a moment. But anybody who would like to participate in a live HOA with me, just for a few moments next week, all week long, any day of the week. They'll start at different times based upon my schedule. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we can start at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can't start until closer to 11 o'clock because of some personal commitments I have. But I want to get as many businesses as possible to get involved in these broadcasts that we do next week for National Small Business Week. Small business is the foundation of everything that happens in this country. And I'm talking just from a daily living, economic sense. We all know we either are a small business owner, or we know a small business owner, or we do business with a small business owner every single day of our lives. So it is very, very important that we take time and we step back and we meet other small businesses, and we think and we approach meeting those folks with a mindset of collaboration. How might you and I collaborate with each other to assist one another in moving our businesses forward? And together we form a new force in the marketplace that we can take out and provide more assistance and more collaboration. This is what we are all about. Okay, what else is happening in my business? I am deeply engrossed in the most wonderful project I have ever done in my 40 plus years of being a small business owner. I am publishing literally on a daily basis now what I have called a video book. I love to do videos. If you know me, you know that. I love to do videos more so, much more so than I like to write. I write a lot, let's not kid ourselves, but I don't have that enjoyment of writing, except I should qualify that. I really enjoy writing sales copy, marketing copy, and things like a cover letter that you might put, or the cover letter on a resume. I write very, very powerful one-page sales letters, marketing letters, cover letters. So I enjoy that kind of writing, but I don't necessarily enjoy long writing chapters of books. I wrote a book 8 years ago. How do you answer these 749 questions about your small business? Not only did I write the book, edit the book, but I worked with a printer friend of mine to manufacture the book. He was the printer, and I worked with him and sat down with him and said, this is what I need. How can we do it? We created actually a very, very novel way to manufacture this book. But the book was designed as a workbook. You can see that there's white space in between all the 749 questions. And the purpose of the book was for the small business owner to think about their own business in terms of the question that I was asking. And there literally are 749 questions in the book. Not all of them are important to every business. Every single one of those questions have been important to my business in one way or another over the years, or I would not have included them in the book, period. The only criticism that I got about the book was the fact that I did not provide answers to the questions. I specifically did not provide answers to the questions. I wanted a workbook. If I had provided answers to the questions, it would have taken me at least another year to write the book. And that's not what I had in mind. So as I was developing my business plan for 2015, and I started writing my plan, developing the plan in probably September of last year, I decided that I wanted to start providing answers to the questions. And the best way to do that would be to do videos instead of just writing the answers. Do the answers in forms in the form of video. The structure of the book is as follows. There are 4 major chapter conceptual headings. Those headings are small business strategy, small business marketing and sales, small business technology, and small business money matters. So any question that is presented will fall into one of those 4 chapters. Initially, in phase 1 of the book, I asked 4 friends of mine, actually 5 friends of mine, to do the introductory chapters, which are approximately an hour in length, plus or minus. I'm sure there's nothing under an hour. They were 4 of the most wonderful discussions that I have ever had on those topics. My friend Jim Schenkel, a brilliant business strategist and a very successful entrepreneur, discussed strategy with me for an hour. David Amerlin, most of you probably know David. He is a good friend, and without question, my chapter on marketing and sales was going to be done with him. He has perhaps the most brilliant marketing and sales mind that I have ever dealt with in my over 40 years. I actually, if you go to my website, dreamingwithentrepreneurs.com, I have David as one of my 3 major mentors of small business. The other 2 being Brian Tracy, who has been my longtime mentor. I actually had an opportunity. I've read almost everything that Brian's ever written and listened to his audio tapes, and just have learned so much from him. And I actually was involved in a book project with him and 31 other authors in this book that was done 3 years ago. And I was very fortunate to be on the front cover with this book with Brian, and because of that, the book itself won a Quilly Award, awarded by the Academy of Best-Selling Authors. Anybody who participated in that book, and there were, as I said, 33 of us. I wrote chapter 23 of the book, and I was able to receive that award. What a wonderful moment in time, one of absolutely one of the greatest moments of my small business career. Michael Gerber. Michael has been my mentor on just the topic of entrepreneurship. He has written probably 25, 30 books. Oh, by the way, Brian Tracy has authored over 75 books on personalities, behaviors, business. His book is my Bible on, where is it? Business strategies. Absolutely Unbreakable 100 Laws of Business Success. I quote from that book a great deal, talking about business success. In September, I decided I wanted to do a video book. I do a lot of HOAs. I've produced over 800 YouTubes on entrepreneurship and small business information, with about 300 of those actually originating as Hangouts on Air. It was just a natural thing for me to do. And so the title of the video book is How Do You Answer These 100 Plus Questions About Your 2015 Small Business. Cover design pretty similar, just updated it. Many of the questions are the same because there are, business is business. A lot of concepts, fundamentals of business don't change. Well, the fundamentals never change. What does change, and it used to change on a weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. Now it changes on an hourly basis, is how do we communicate with our customers and potential prospects to our business? How do we do it? Those are the biggest challenges of any business. And the more technology is, the greater the challenges are. What has changed is updated technology, and as I mentioned, it changes definitely on an hourly basis. Always something new every hour. It makes it challenging, but that's what business is all about: is addressing the challenges so that we can take whatever idea that we have, whatever product or service that we have, communicate that message to the marketplace, and hopefully people will purchase what it is that we have, our product, our service, because A, they know, like, and trust you, and B, what it is that you're doing will bring value to their life. Those things all have to be in place before folks will make a buying decision to do business with you. So that's what we're doing with our video book. Jim Shankle did strategy. David Amerlin did marketing and sales. Vivek, who you met in the first part of this HOA, he and another friend, William Rock, have two of the most brilliant technology minds I have ever met, specifically Google technology, more specifically search engine optimization technology. It was once again a no-brainer for me to ask those two to participate with me on my chapter 3 of the book. And then chapter 4 of the book was Money Matters, was done with my friend Barbara Weltman. Actually, I've known Barbara longer than anybody else that I've just mentioned. I've been doing live streaming on the internet in several different environments with Barbara for probably 7 years now. We were on a old website together where I did almost daily broadcasts. We have I was really exploring technology in those days, and I had 2 computers going and 2 cameras, and the excuse me, the individual with whom I was speaking I would Skype to them, and then on my other computer I would be live streaming however it was, whatever technology I was using. And today Google with Hangouts on Air have made it so simple and so easy. There's only one computer I need to deal with and do all the things that I was doing in the past with 2 computers. I'm now doing with 1. Needless to say, much more efficient, much more effective to get things done. Those are the first 4 chapters. Then I proceeded in phase 2 of the book. Oh, and phase 1 also had 2 what I call bonus chapters. One was a discussion on my website based upon David Amerlin's book, SEO Help, Chapter 10. Chapter 10 was on website design. So Vivek and I did a discussion on my Dreaming with Entrepreneurs website based upon what David was saying must be done as action steps to have an effective semantic search type website. What do you need to do? Wonderful book. Wonderful book. Go to David's community and you can get discussion, an ongoing discussion about the book, and actually purchase it. This was an autographed copy of the book that I got from David. So Vivek and I did that discussion. Then, I don't know, it was about a week later or 2 weeks later, David came, did a second HOA with me to take a look at my website and critically analyze it based upon his book. Once again, the guidelines that he has established for a successful website, he analyzed my website. So we actually made changes. We went back and made changes that he suggested. That was a fun chapter of the book. That was phase 1. Phase 1 is 6 chapters. I will continue until the end of the month, which isn't too many days. Anybody listening, anybody who is in our Dreaming with Entrepreneurs and Google Plus community, if you will send me your email address, I will send you those access to those 6 chapters. That's how we are selling the book. Access to a website. You can get an annual access to the website for $49.99. You can get monthly access to the website for $4.99. So by committing to a year at $49.99, you save yourself, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks, whatever it is. You can order it. You can have access by the month and cancel at any time with no penalty. If you don't want it, if it isn't bringing value to you, if you're not learning, then there's no reason for you to have access to the book. I will give access to the book to any member of Dreaming with Entrepreneurs in Google Plus, if you send me your email. I need your email so that I can send back to you two different things. I send you, I share with you through Google Docs, I share with you the homepage of the book, and I share with you another file where you actually then can watch the videos that have been uploaded to a file, to a folder. It sounds more complicated than it really is, but it's proven to be a very efficient way for me to publish a book, and I'm so very excited. I've already released chapter 7 of the book. I've already released chapter 8 of the book. Chapter 9 and 10 have been released. Chapter 7 was a group discussion with 3 friends, Zara Altair, Stan Bush, Ken Manesi. We had a wonderful discussion on strategy, small business strategy. Kathy Brown, Susan Finch, Chef Dennis Litley. We had a discussion on small business marketing. The 3 of them are outstanding marketers. Chapter 9 was a discussion with Brooke Ballard, Jess Duell, and Dustin Stout. It was a discussion on what I call modern day marketing, what's happening in the marketing world today. The 3 of them are masters, if you will, at using today's technology to market their businesses and to assist other folks in marketing their businesses. They understand the technology platforms that are out there and how to use them. Today, I will be releasing a chapter on video marketing with my friend Scott, who you just saw at the beginning of this HOA, and another friend, Terry Leigh Britton. Between the 2 of them, they have an unbelievable knowledge base of software and hardware video to produce the videos and to then repurpose those videos in the many different ways that you can do it. The 2 of them have an unbelievable knowledge base of information in video marketing. And then also today, later on today, I'll be releasing a wonderful discussion I had with actually 2 friends that actually live in the same community where I live. John Fox, I've known John actually for 25 years. And Dan Krask, whereas Dan has done a couple of hangouts on air with me, I have never met Dan. And he lives 20 minutes away from me. We will meet very, very soon. And then either today or tomorrow, chapter 13, a discussion on entrepreneurship with Eric Engie. Eric is well known for his knowledge on search engine optimization, the things that you need to do in your business to be found by Google search. That's his area of expertise. But there's another side to Eric that we explored that I hadn't really heard the other side, and it was a discussion on entrepreneurship. And Eric shares one of the most important concepts of small business and entrepreneurship. And you'll very clearly identify that. It's actually towards the tail end of chapter 13. From this point on, I've actually started already, but from this point on, I'm going to be doing not only one-on-one discussions, maybe a group discussion, but very clearly I'm going to do shorter 15 to 20 minute discussions one-on-one with a single person as opposed to a group. And we will fully explore a topic, a question, a single concept. I've done, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of those already, and they will be published next week. That's the book. Exciting, my friends. If you would like to participate in the book project because of your area of expertise, send me an email, David at Dreaming with Entrepreneurs. If you're inside, or you can ping me, you can message me. It doesn't matter. Just get in touch with me that you'd like to make a contribution to the book with your knowledge, and we will make it happen. Many, many good things and great things going on. As I previously mentioned, this video book project is absolutely the most exciting thing that I've ever done in my business career, and absolutely the right thing for me to be doing now in my business career. Send me an email. Let me know what's on your mind. Get involved in our Monday morning Kickstart meetings about your small business and how the community might work with you to kickstart your business. Let us know that information. My name is Small Biz David, and I look forward to seeing you the next time, which may very well be the best time. See you then.